Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 3, and Act 3, Scene 3. In Act 3, Scene 3, we see an intense psychological struggle, or conflict, as the effects of envy on the development of the capacity for gratitude and happiness. In Act 2, Scene 3, Friar Laurence contemplates in the garden. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this being smelt, with that part cheers each part, being tasted, slays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still in man, as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant. In Act 3, Scene 3, we see very clearly the battle between two such opposed kings, envy and gratitude. Envy is the angry feeling that another possesses and enjoys something desirable. Envy is pained at seeing another have that which it wants for itself. Upon banishment, Romeo cries, "'Tis torture, heaven is here, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing, live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not. More honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessings from her lips. Romeo may not, he is banished. And sayest thou yet that exile is not death? There are psychological reasons why envy ranks among the 7 deadly sins. Chaucer described envy as it is certain that envy is the worst sin that is, for all other sins are sins only against one virtue, whereas envy is against all virtue and against all goodness. We see how envy is a most potent factor in undermining feelings of love and gratitude. And as Romeo asks for a sudden means of death, we see that Friar Laurence's philosophy is true. Where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker, or the infection with a pervasive and corrupt bitterness, in death eats up that plant. And we see how envy has destroyed the good object, the source of life for Romeo, which is Juliet. And Friar Laurence counsels him, "Thy lady lives in thee." And the friar knows full well the sweet milk of philosophy and the medicine power of gratitude. The friar speaks, "Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights up upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array. But like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou poutest upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable." The friar knows full well that if one does not have the capacity for gratitude, one can be fundamentally damaged. For the envious man sickens at the sight of enjoyment, and he is easy only in the misery of others. And all endeavors, therefore, to satisfy an envious man are fruitless. Romeo has shown a capacity for love and envy and destructive impulses. But now the friar is asking him and pleading with him to have a capacity for gratitude.